All right, so we now have another candidate to play Sergeant Rock. This time it's Colin Farrell. Now, Daniel Craig was never offered, formally offered the role. So I can only say that this was Daniel Craig's interest more than the studio's, because we've gone from Daniel Craig to Colin Farrell. So that's quite a bit different in age. Actually, let me see. Let me see the age difference. Let's see. All right. So he's 57. Colin Farrell. Is 48. So, not as big of a difference as I thought. Anyway, so it's World War II. It's set in World War II. And so I don't know much about the character of Sergeant Rock. I think I mentioned that in my video when discussing Daniel Craig. How are they going to explain if he's part of the DC universe, James Gunn's DCU? How are they going to explain how he ends up in present day if he does? Because why introduce the character if he isn't going to interact with the other characters? The only one who I can see entering this movie, and we've seen before, is G.I. Robot. We know he fought in World War II. I mean, his whole purpose is to fight Nazis. And this is going to be fighting Nazis because it's World War II. So, that'll be fun. Now, like I said, I don't know enough of the backstory of Sergeant Rock. If he's one of those characters like Bucky, like Steve Rogers, that there is a great explanation for how he still looks young. I mean, we've seen that Colin Farrell does prosthetics well, so it's possible that they'll just age him up. Or, like I said, there is some reason why he ends up in present day. So, Sergeant Rock is a tough-as-nails leader of Easy Company, the combat unit fighting Nazi forces in Europe. So, that'll be fun, and that's going to be quite a turn for those of us who just seen Colin Farrell as the Penguin, who I can only assume that because his name is Sergeant Rock, that means he's pretty jacked. And so we're going to go from a Colin Farrell, because let's face it, the Penguin, he takes his shirt off and he looks like a random dude. It's not like, well, except for the deformity. But he's not carrying a six-pack. So that's going to be quite a different role. Now, I'm not familiar whether Sergeant Rock is supposed to be an American soldier. I assume he is. That he's supposed to be the DC version of Captain America, is my guess. Like I said, I know nothing about the character. And so So yeah, if he is an American soldier, we know that Colin Farrell can do an American accent, so I assume that it would do that as opposed to Sergeant Rock going from English to Irish. I mean, that's a possibility too because they fought in World War II as well. But like I said, know nothing about the character. But there was something else I wanted to mention about this. Oh yes. So James Gunn and Peter Safran have said that if they find the perfect actor that they could start shooting in summer. And apparently with this casting, they will be able to meet that deadline that they would start production in summer and it would be in England. Let's see if there's anything else about this announcement. Um I don't believe so. I believe I covered everything I wanted to because again, not familiar with the character, so I really can't delve into any nuance. That and we know very little about the movie, just that it's set in World War II and they're fighting Nazis in Europe because that's what happened in World War II. So, not a lot to go on. So, with that, I believe I have covered everything I wanted to, and I will see you guys in the next video.